Hello, hello, people out there. It's time for Video Game Warzone. I'm still setting up. Hold on. All right. So, first thing I want to talk about for all you fans out there. So, I guess last week was the Hall H show for for all the stuff at San Diego Comic Con. Um, did everybody catch the new Godzilla trailer? I thought it was absolutely amazing. It's like this was the movie I've been waiting for all my life, at least the Godzilla film. I love the Japanese stuff, but I knew that once the Americans came through and started doing Godzilla movies, they were really going to hype it up. So I'm super excited about that. What else? Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Guess we got 3 people on YouTube. I don't know who they are. Maybe they'll speak up in a minute. Oh, I'm still using the GZ cam. Sorry. Let me switch this over. Okay. All right. So again, we're in the dead middle of summer. I guess everybody's playing this Octopath Traveler game, and I have no. I guess it's this RPG that everybody's been talking about and everybody's going crazy about. And graphically, from what I've seen, it looks pretty cool. It's like old school 2D Japanese turn-based gaming, and a little bit of 3D, like parallax in the background. It's really interesting. So, but again, I don't really take time to play RPGs anymore, so it's kind of hard for me to judge. Joseph Brock says it's awesome. Hey, what's up, Damian? It's pretty awesome. From what I've seen, it looks good, but it's not my thing. So, and Joseph says he's playing it while he's watching the show, so that's pretty cool. So that's another hit for the Switch. And if you look at the history of this game, because when you first see the trailer for it, Octopath Traveler, I thought it was a classic that they brought back. So if I look it up, Octopath Traveler is a turn-based role-playing video game developed by Square Enix in collaboration with Acquire, published for Nintendo Switch. The game was released worldwide on July 13th, 2018. And it looks pretty cool. Joseph Brock is Zandrius. Oh. So the mystery has been solved. What's up, Mega Jack? Not to get off
What's
topic.
up, Mr. Davis? Long time no talk.
Yeah, long time, man. I saw you came on and went off really. I got on really late last week, so I tried to get you back on. Yes, I did see the Aquaman trailer, and I think it's incredible. There's a small group of DC haters hating on the Aquaman trailer, but I mean, how can you hate on that? It looks dope. It really looks good. So I'm excited about that. And the Shazam movie, but nothing's got me more hyped than the new Godzilla King of Monsters movie. Nothing. Nothing at all. I won't be able to rest easy until I see that movie.
Yeah, I must admit that trailer was awesome, man.
Yep. Awesome, awesome. Just the way they had the music, and it was kind of like operatic music. It was just very mellow, and it just showed the beauty of these huge, majestic beasts. I thought that was like dope how they did that. I'm like, holy shit. Every time I watch it, I get chills down my spine. I cannot wait to see that movie. They better not fuck it up.
I know. It's like almost like an anime.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. They are really doing that franchise right. Thank God. Ugh. You
About
get
time.
that nasty 20 beast from the 20,000 fathoms taste out of your mouth that they did back in 1999 or 2000 when they made a quote unquote Godzilla movie that really wasn't Godzilla. It was literally a remake of The Beast of 20,000 Fathoms. As a matter of fact, to get it correct, The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. I'm going to show you a picture of. Actually, I'm going to show you a trailer for The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. And when you see this, you're going to say, "Oh yeah, that so-called Godzilla movie actually was a remake of The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms." Watch that shit. That's literally the template they use for that new Godzilla movie.
Wow.
There's no way they didn't. So I think that's hilarious, but you don't have to worry about that shit anymore. I mean, okay, you got the explosions on the island, right? Remember the beginning of the Godzilla film? They had the explosions on the island?
Yep.
It's got that, right? And then it's got all these fucking things, bricks falling apart and icebergs coming apart. And then some other bullshit. There it is, the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, right? This creature somehow finds its way, I don't know if it was New York or Chicago, runs down the street, steps on cars, looks around. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on, right? And then I can't remember how they actually killed it in the movie because it's been so long since I've seen it. But they ended up killing this thing. And then when you watch the remake of Godzilla, it's like, okay, there's a couple things you know about Godzilla. Is you cannot kill Godzilla, at least not with rockets. Okay?
Or even nukes.
And they killed that motherfucker with rockets on a bridge. Not only that, but if you're a true Godzilla fan, you know Godzilla has no sex, but Godzilla can reproduce, right? But they have this Godzilla eating fish and laying thousands of little Godzilla eggs in Manhattan. It was just so stupid. But at the same time, if it was labeled The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms and it was a remake, it would have been an acceptable movie. I mean, the special effects were great. The action was good. It just wasn't a Godzilla movie. It was disgusting. What's up with your Patreon? You got rid of all the other tiers. Yes, Smooth Retro. I got rid of every tier, and pretty soon I'm going to get rid of the Patreon too. You weren't here when I mentioned that. It's been at least a month or two when I mentioned that I was deleting the Patreon tiers. So that's why you're not seeing those. Okay. Okay. So, what else? So we got Shazam. Shazam looked pretty good. How am I going to eat? Smooth Retro. I'm going to eat, man. I'm doing just fine. You got to understand, Smooth Retro, I'm working like 12-hour days now. Like I'm doing a 12 tomorrow, and I did a 12 on Monday. I don't really have time anymore, so that's why I cut there was only one other tier, and that was you in that other tier. So I don't really have any time, so I cut all the tiers so I wouldn't have to worry about dedicating any time I don't have to that. Damien says the suit looks terrible in Shazam. Damien, I point you to not only the original Shazam comic, but the Warner Brothers animation and the original TV show. That costume is very accurate. That is exactly what Shazam looks like. The only problem with the costume is it looks like they added some extra padded muscles. Yes, that's the bad part, because that dude is not that big. And I don't think they should have done that. That was unnecessary. They should have either made him work out more or just got rid of the padding. Shazam was never known to be big and muscular like Superman.
Sorry, Mr. Davis. You know what that trailer reminds me of?
What?
Like that Tom Hanks movie from Big.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Because it is a kid in a man's body.
Yeah, but, at the same time, that is Shazam.
But, Damien, it's not like, well, I'm not going to go see Shazam because I didn't like the suit. What's up, Ooh Magnum? Oh, you went up. You're 590 now. Nice. Got Fat Tuna out there. That's what I mean by terrible. Well, I wouldn't say it's terrible. I'd say it's an accurate suit with muscles in it that shouldn't have muscles. But I can get past that. Hopefully, it'll be a good movie. That's all I'm saying. What else is going on? What's up, Bile2309? What's up? So supposedly Microsoft's working on two Xboxes. So they're working on their next big Xbox upgrade, which makes sense because they did say they were going to be doing iterations now more often. So I get that. I don't understand why they want to do a digital only system because none of these digital, it's not only digital only, but it's streaming. So none of the streaming systems have ever been successful. So you got Ouya, that failed. Nvidia's streaming failed. PS Now currently failing. There's no way Microsoft is going to come in and have a success rate with a streaming only system. I didn't mean digital, I meant streaming. So I don't understand why they're doing this. Like, what? I get the whole services thing, and I get that there's money in that, and and I get that when you release a new game, if you can get 1 million people to stream it, that means you don't have to manufacture 1 million copies. So there's higher profit margins. But because most of these streaming games have some lag, that leaves out multiplayer. And Microsoft is a company that makes multiplayer games, so I don't understand it. And Sony's not even being successful with it with all their single player games. Like, why do we need streaming games? It's not the future. What are you saying, Mega Jack?
Yes, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
They will be having a deal with that new streaming service thing with Microsoft, with Rogers Cable and Bell in Canada. So
Oh,
it's
so
gonna
you
be
already
like a
know about
cable.
that.
It's going to be like a cable provider system, and that's one way of getting into everybody's living room.
Hmm. Yeah, I get the whole. I mean, Microsoft's wanted to be in everybody's living room for a long time, but I just, I don't know, man. It's. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't
Well,
think
that's
it's
going
gonna work.
like there's it's going to be two consoles, one streaming service like that you can get into it. It's
Yeah,
like a light set, and then the other one is going to be actual console.
they'll call it the light box. Sorry says I don't like that they're making Shazam and a comedy. There's ways to make a movie funny without being a comedy. I kind of agree with you on this, but you got to remember it's a kid in a grown man's body. So there's going to be that side of the movie, that side of the character. Please watch some of the Warner Brothers Shazam animes and you'll get it. Lou Magnum says, what do you think of the local hardware that stops lag? I don't know anything about local hardware that stops lag. I guess this is something new. Is it a Microsoft thing that you're talking about? Or is it somebody other company that's doing it? Oh, we're definitely going to talk about James Gunn getting fired from Disney. We're definitely going to get into that. What else on the movie front? No Marvel at Comic Con last week, and you know what? That's okay. Marvel had a smashing great year. Everybody knows what's coming next, but I guess it was a DC show this year. I mean, that's the way it goes sometimes. It's no big deal. We're going to get a lot from Marvel, especially since Disney just got Fox. Here's what I want from the Fox merger, Disney Fox merger. I want another rated R Deadpool movie. I want a new X-Men. I want a new Fantastic Four movie. And I want a cameo of Colossus and Deadpool in Avengers 4. And I want the cameo to begin with Deadpool meeting Spider-Man. That's all I need. And the thing that's cool about it is somebody, I think it was Atticus, mentioned earlier, is that you can have so many jokes. Like, you can put the Deadpool in the Avengers movie and you can have him, like, talking to the screen like, how did I get here? There's just so many jokes they can mess around with. So I think that's be cool. So since we're talking about Marvel Universe and all that stuff, so James Gunn posted a bunch of tweets on Twitter about 6 years ago, and they were quote unquote jokes, but all these jokes were like, they were pedophile jokes. They were just really disgusting jokes, really nasty shit. And apparently, way back when, he apologized for all that stuff he said. But I mean, if it was just one or two jokes, that'd be one thing. There was like 12 jokes, all with the same theme. So that tells me that there was really something wrong with this dude. That's one. And the other thing is, when you tweet stuff like that, it's kind of out of context. Nobody knows why you're tweeting that. I think somebody made a reference to Family Guy and all the pedo jokes they got there. I think that's a little bit different because there is an actual pedophile on Family Guy, and we all laugh at that pedophile. But in this case, you have a man with a phone and a Twitter account making all these stupid pedophile jokes. Really disgusting shit. So, Disney catches wind of these old tweets because some asshole dug them up from the Trump administration, I guess, because he was talking shit to Trump, about Trump. So people see these tweets, and Disney sees these tweets, and Disney decides to fire him. So the issue is that there are all these people that are angry at Disney for firing him. And they're getting petitions so he can get the job back. And as I said on my Tweetosaurus last week, I said the only reason these nerds want him to get hired back with Disney is so he can finish the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. They want him to be rehired for selfish reasons. Okay? So that's one. That's one thing that I don't agree with. What's up, Kai Godson? Number two, Disney's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. They have a right to distance themselves from James Gunn. Whether it's a pedo tweet or a racist tweet or he swore or he was talking about big titties on Twitter, whatever, doesn't matter. They have a right to distance themselves from him, and they chose to fire him and distance themselves from him. And as I said on my little Tweetosaurus, James Gunn's a fucking millionaire. He's going to do fine. Some other studio will probably hire him, maybe not, whatever. But even if he doesn't get hired from another studio, he has enough money to make his own movies. So all these people asking him to get rehired, they just want their precious Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy to be finished off with James Gunn directing. Anybody can direct that fucking movie. James Gunn helped develop the story and the script. Anybody can fucking direct it. It's not that big of a deal. I think the shit he said was disgusting, but I don't really give a shit. It is what it is. He said it. He's a weirdo. He got fired. Let's move on. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, how can in this day and age shit like this be shocking anymore? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't understand. And then all the people defending him, I'm like, what, do you realize what you're defending? And even the cast are like, oh, he's the sweetest guy. I bet you if I met James Gunn and got to know him, I bet you, hey, I'd say James Gunn is the coolest motherfucker you'll ever know. But if I saw those tweets, this is what I think the cast of Guardians of the Galaxy should do. I know if I was a star on the Guardians of the Galaxy and I saw all this, I found out he got fired and saw all these tweets, I would have called him on the phone. Yo, James, what's up? This is Torrance. Yeah, I saw those tweets you had on Twitter, and I heard Disney fired you and everything. Yo, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? What's up with all the pedo tweets? I mean, come on. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, why are you tweeting about that stuff? What's the purpose of all that? I mean, me and you are cool, everything, but those tweets are kind of questionable. So I'm asking you, what's that all about? I mean, how come nobody did that? How come they didn't call him up and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? What's up with those fucking tweets? But they're quick to come to his defense and say he's such a wonderful person. Call him up and ask him why he was tweeting that shit. Ask him what the fuck is... You didn't see his tweets? So I'll read some of his tweets. It's kind of embarrassing. Hold on, I'm going to try to find these tweets. Let's see. James Gunn. James Gunn tweets. Here we go. Somebody posted something. Here's why James Gunn didn't delete his tweets and why it's not actually 10,000 pedophilic tweets. So there's this long Reddit. For everyone who keeps asking why James Gunn didn't delete his tweets, this isn't a defense of his content, but a rebuttal to the point I keep seeing brought up again and again. If James Gunn really did change and really regretted his crass jokes he made 10 years ago, why didn't he delete those offensive tweets? I don't want to read that. That's boring. I want to find the tweets. I want to read this shit to you guys. Let's see here. They got to be here. There was a whole page of his tweets. There was a whole page of his tweets. Let's see. James Gunn. 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 James Gun me see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You ready? Okay, I'm going to start
Go
reading.
for it.
This shit's disgusting, so don't take this out of context. Here we go. Tweet number 1. I like it when little boys touch me in my silly place. Shh. Okay. Tweet number 2. Photo shoot with trying to maintain a semi-chub so that I'll look impressive in these photos. The Hardy Boys and the mystery of what it feels like when Uncle Bernie fists me. These are all out of fucking context. The Expendables was so manly, I fucked the shit out of the little pussy boy next to me. The boys are back in town. My new film, Jerk Loose, a small town where beating off is illegal and one high school kid jerks off in front of the others to show how fun it is. This may be the plant version of adopting a damaged 12-year-old girl who steals your money and accuses you of molesting her. These are the thing is, these aren't even funny jokes. They're like, you read this shit and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Here's another one. This hotel shower is the weakest ever. Felt like a 3-year-old was peeing on my head. Actually, that is kind of funny, and if you put it in context. Okay, Eagle Snatches Kid is what I call it when I get lucky. I just downloaded the new Steven Tyler single. I feel the type of shame usually reserved for getting a $3 blowjob from a maybe tranny. Trying to figure out the most disgusting feature of Vegas. These tranerific Rita Rudner billboards are the Ed Hardy clothing. That's stupid. 3 men and a baby they had sex with. Hashtag unromantic movies. Honesty's the best policy. Tell your 3-year-old you're laughing thinking of me fucking C-3PO. He'll appreciate when older. I'm doing a big Hollywood film adaptation of The Giving Tree with a happy ending. The tree grows back and gives the kid a blowjob. About to vomit as I'm stuffed with etouffee and eggplant. I'm Louis Armstronging my ass out. Just the fat, not the little boys. Mary Matthews just told me a story about how a monkey jerked off to completion on a kid on the set of Max Keeble's Big Move. I remember my first NAMBLA meeting. It was the first time I felt okay being who I am. Some of those guys are still my best friends forever. That's in quotes. Now you guys know what NAMBLA means, right? NAMBLA. National American Man Boy Lovers Association. That is a group of grown men that like little boys. And he referenced it in his tweet. Okay? So, there it is. Now, if you want to read these tweets for yourself, I'm going to link it right here in the chat. Have at it. Party on, dudes. So they're very disgusting tweets. I don't know what's wrong with him. But, as you can see, Disney is in their right to distance themselves from him, and that's that. So all these people, all these nerds trying to get him rehired so he can finish their dream project, it's all selfish reasoning. It's all selfish reasoning. It's like George Lucas farts on a little kid's head and 20th Century Fox fired him, and me saying, we need to bring George Lucas back so we can finish Star Wars. It's all selfish reasoning. It's bullshit. So that's it on James Gunn. Like I said, I really don't give a fuck. I think the guy's a weirdo. And if I was one of his cast members, I would have had a long talk with him. A long talk. And I would have told him to his face, dude, is there something fucking wrong with you? Is there something fucking wrong with you? What are these tweets about? This isn't even funny shit. So anyway, so that's the James, and then they're saying, well, how they fired him? How come John Lasseter still has a job? And you saw what people did to Roseanne after they fired her. They didn't ask for her to come back, and she apologized. So why is she any different? Or why is he any different? You know, it's bullshit. But this is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. Smooth Retro says, I think people are being held responsibly for what they say now. In the past, people could say whatever and get away with it. It was like waking up in a different world when I see this. It's true. We need Morgan Freeman to read these tweets. They did a South Park episode on NAMBLA. I'm not surprised. But you see, it's really taboo shit. And the thing is, I could side with James Gunn if those tweets had some context. They have zero context. They were coming out of left field. He's just like, typing stuff. And it's like, why are you typing that? You know, it's just, it's nasty. Rosen will soon be hired by Fox News. So that's that. What else? So I guess that the new Tomb Raider's coming out the same time as Spider-Man. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Tony mentioned that. Ramu Death mentioned that. They're coming out at the same time. And we got into a little debate. I said, yeah. Oh, the Glass trailer. Thank you, Smooth Retro. Holy shit, the Glass trailer. It was so nice to see that. I have been waiting. Like I said, when that movie first came out years ago, you know, when what was it called? Unbreakable came out. I said that should be a superhero franchise. It shouldn't end with Unbreakable. And then to my surprise, after I saw Split, I was like, oh, they are turning it into a franchise. The trailer looks fucking dope. It's like a high art version of Avengers. You know? I'm like, oh my God. It just looks great. So that's that. No more on James Gunn. That's 2 weeks I've talked about him, so that's done. Now you all know. What else? Nothing else in movies. Spider-Man is September 7th. Tomb Raider's a week away. So the idea is that because they're coming out at around the same time, it's going to hurt Tomb Raider sales. I'm like, no, it's not going to hurt Tomb Raider sales because Tomb Raider's coming out on Xbox and PC too. You got to remember, Xbox and PC don't have a Spider-Man game. So what are they going to buy? They're going to buy Tomb Raider. And you know, PC guys love fucking Tomb Raider. They love it. So, and Spider-Man being exclusive, PlayStation guys are going to have to choose. Like if you're on a limited budget. So let's say all you have is $60 to spend that month. Do you spend it on a new franchise, a new Spider-Man franchise, or do you go with the Tomb Raider game the Tomb Raider franchise that you've been loving this generation? That's a choice you got to make. And that may hurt Spider-Man a little bit, but not much. Not much. It really depends on how much. Like if Tomb Raider doesn't sell well on the PlayStation, that means it'll sell more on PC and Xbox. And Tomb Raider does sell well on PlayStation, that means Spider-Man might not sell as well as everybody thinks it is. So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not getting Spider-Man. I'm going to wait. I'm still not taken by that game yet, but I'm going to wait. And I might wait for it to be really cheap and check it out. I don't know. Triggerman says, I usually wait for Tomb Raider to drop around Christmas. Doesn't Tomb Raider usually drop later in the year? Isn't it like an October, November game?
I got November.
It's a November game, right? Maybe this year they're trying to avoid Battlefield, but Battlefield ain't got to do shit this year. You believe I'm saying that? It's not just Spider-Man. A bunch of other games released in September. Oh, what? Switch stuff? 3DS stuff? That's no big deal, K-Cube. That's not going to hurt the big two. Right? Actually, I could look up the September. Let me see. September video game releases 2018. I think it's going to sell great in PC because they do great. Yes, they do excellent PC ports. Okay, so let's go to September. September is usually a big month. Okay, here we go. Oh, did they tell me they skipped fucking September? Oh, they started with quarter 3. August and September. Here we go. Summer's heating up, blah, blah, blah. September officially kicks off the second half of the year with hot releases like Spider-Man, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Spyro Trilogy Collection, and Dragon Quest XI. But see, I don't think Dragon Quest is as popular in the West as it is in Japan. Like, people will take the day off in Japan to get Dragon Quest. People will fuck all Dragon Quest. They'll be like, oh, shit, that's right. Dragon Quest came out. You know? Is it strange we haven't seen any gameplay for Red Dead Redemption 2 yet? This game comes out in October. No, because this is how Rockstar does it. Starting probably this month, they're going to kick off their major marketing campaign for Red Dead. They'll do their single-player gameplay trailer. They'll do their multiplayer gameplay trailer. And then they'll do their release gameplay trailer. They always wait till the final month before the game comes out, before they really start pushing it. And then we won't see anything but Red Dead Redemption 2 ads everywhere. It's going to drive us crazy. But anyway, so September releases. Here we go. Genesis Alpha 1. I have no idea. Ninja Clash of Carrots. Ooh, day 1. Dragon Quest XI. Now check this out. Dragon Quest XI is only on PC and PS4. The fact that it's on PC is kind of strange. Has there ever been a Dragon Quest game on PC? I don't know. Destiny 2 Foreskin has some an update, I guess. Oh, Foreskin, yeah. Zone of the Enders, the second runner Mars. It's coming out for PC, PS4, PSVR, and Steam VR. Spider-Man comes out September 7th. NBA Live 19, September 7th. Immortal Unchained, September 7th. NBA 2K19, September 11th. Boundless, the 11th. BFF or Die, the 13th. Shadow of Tomb Raider, the 14th. Black Clover Quartet Night, September 14th. NHL 19th, September 14th. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, September 14th. Fishing Sim World, which I checked out at the iCast show, and I should be getting a copy this sometime next month. If you guys are in the fishing games, I will be either streaming it or just doing a video and posting it.
Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Does that come in VR as well?
The Fishing Sim World?
Yes.
Not yet. Right now, it's just PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. He says he wants Fishing Sim World to be the Madden of fishing games. So they're going to keep updating it, and releasing it. And Fishing Sim World, I think it's only going to be like $30. And they're going to continue to update it as they... He was actually taking notes as I was sitting there talking with him because I was coming up with some ideas for him. So that'll be out good. September 18th. Hey, Kai, let me ask you a question. So that Fist of the North Star, was that the quote-unquote Yakuza Fist of the North Star game that they were talking about last year that came out in Japan? And they gave it a different name and they're releasing it in the West? Or is it a sequel to that game? I think it's that game, right? Because it confused the fuck out of me when I saw the trailer. I'm like, what the hell is this? Right? That's been out in Japan since last year, correct? Please find that out for me. Valkyria Chronicles 4, September 25th. Air Missions Hind, September 25th. Pathfinder, the Kingmaker, September 25th for PC only. It's an exclusive. Life is Strange 2, September 27th. Dragon Ball Fighters is coming out for the Switch on September 28th. Namco Museum Arcade. What? Namco Museum Arcade's coming out for the fucking Switch? September 28th. FIFA 19, September 29th. V-Rally 4, September whatever. The Inner Friend, Insurgency Sandstorm, and Speed Brawl, all coming out in September.
I gotta check out what's in that Namco, man.
Yeah, I love those museums. I used to love getting those for PlayStation. And then Gamageddon, I'd say, does not officially start in September. I think Gamageddon officially starts in motherfucking quarter 3. Because we got... I'm going to read you this fucking list. It's insane. Starting with October. Mega Man 11, Forza Horizon 4, Fist of the North Star, Lost Paradise, all October 2nd. October 5th, Super Mario Party, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and WWE 2K19. Disgaea, holy fuck, they're coming out with Disgaea 1 on PlayStation 4. Are you kidding me? So Disgaea 1 Complete's coming out in the Occupation, October 9th. Kursk, which is a PC exclusive, October 11th. The Light Keeps Us Safe, which is a PC exclusive, October 11th. Black Ops is the 12th. Lego DC Supervillains, Starlink Battle for Atlas, For Honor Marching Fire, all October 16th. Battlefield 5, Warriors Orochi 4, Soul Calibur 6, all on the 19th. Wow, Battlefield and Soul Calibur the same day. Just Dance 2019 is the 23rd. Red Dead Redemption 2 is October 26th. Nero is the 26th. My Heroes 1 Justice is the 26th. Call of Cthulhu is the October 30th. Look at all this shit. Warlocks 2 Godslayers is October whatever. Taiko no Tetsujin Drum Session and Drum and Fun is November 2nd. Arc Extinct finally comes out. Its full release is November 6th. Overkill's The Walking Dead is November 6th. Ride 3, November 8th. There's just too much shit. I'm just going to skip all these stupid games and only go over the important stuff. If it has a Japanese name, I'll say that for Riku. Hitman 2, November 13th. Fallout 76, November 14th. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, November 16th. Wreckfest, which I have on PC. Dope game. If you are a big fan of the PlayStation Demolition Derby game, you need to get Wreckfest. November 20th for PS4 and Xbox One. Came out on PC first because it's the best. Toki comes out on the Switch November 22nd. Darksider 3, I bet everybody forgot about that, November 27th. Just Cause 4. That's blowing my fucking mind that there's already a Just Cause 4 game coming out in like 6 months. So Just Cause 4, December 4th. Super Smash Brothers, December 7th. Killer 7, if you're into that, is the fall. Shadows Awakening. Elder Scrolls Blades, fucking iOS. Decay of Logos. NBA 2K Playgrounds 2. That's in the fall.
When's Fire Pro coming out?
I think Fire Pro's already out, isn't it? Let me see if I can
No
find
way.
it on this list. Hold on. I heard it was already out for PlayStation. Nope. No release yet. It's not on this list. So check your PlayStation store, though, because somebody had told me... Well, somebody had mentioned it. I'm not sure if it's out or not, but look on your PlayStation store and see if you can get the release list on that. Anyway, if you want to check out this games list, I read that off of VG247. There it is. Give that a gander. What's up, Kalel? K-Cube says, good call, KC. What do you think of Insurgency? I'm trying to remember what Insurgency is. I might even have Insurgency. Hold on, let me check my Steam library. This is how sad it's getting. This is how sad it's getting, people. I think I have Insurgency, and I can't remember. There it is, Insurgency.
I think you just have a game collection just for the fuck of it.
That's what I'm starting to believe, man, because I actually have Insurgency. I've unlocked 2 achievements. I bought the game February 1st, 2014, and I've only played 36 minutes because I think Insurgency was a Kickstarter game, and I didn't like what I was playing. So I'm hoping they updated the game and made it better. But a whole mess of fucking people out there on my list have this game. Fucking Trees Go to War, Yoda the Third, Fruity Skills, John Shaw has it, Les Rima, iMix Master. So people got the game, but I don't think people put that much time in. Let's see. I can't really see. Not everybody's sharing all their shit. But yeah, I have it on PC. I've had that game on PC. I just didn't like the gameplay. I didn't think it was that great. Because they made it out to be this dope-ass fucking game. And, you know, it was finally a first-person shooter with this and that. And it just... What I played at the time, early access, wasn't that great. But it was early access. So, you know, I gave it enough time. And let me see here. see if I can find Insurgency. Okay. So Les Rima has played it even less than me. He's got no achievements. He's only played 0.9 hours. So it appears that everybody who's got the game and started playing it didn't really like it. Ain't that some crazy shit? Who's this Fariz? He's on. Okay, I'll accept your request. Okay, so anyway, so that's that for game releases. What else, people? What's been going on in the world of video games? For all you waiting for me to upload last week's episode, I got it downloaded and queued. I'll get it uploaded before I go to bed. My bad. I'm sorry. I love you. I hope you love me. Anybody got any questions or anything I want to talk about? Video games?
What do you think about the Google box?
I didn't see the Google box.
It's like a streaming thing, gaming thing as well.
Is MI6 out? I'm behind on everything, guy. You guys you're gonna be done with me. I haven't even seen fucking MI6. You believe that shit? And the last one was dope. I'll see it. I think we're probably gonna end up we're gonna go to the movies tomorrow to see Equalizer 2, and maybe I'll get in the theater next week to see MI6. I don't even think I'm gonna see Jurassic Park on the big screen. I'm just gonna wait until it's on demand. Have you talked to... Oh, Dutch, thank you. So, what do you guys think about No Man's Sky finally 100% complete? Ain't that some funny shit? And the funny thing is they're tweeting all these little video clips and showing all the cool stuff that they've done. This is how the game should have been when it was first released. It's got the multiplayer, and I guess they say they got huge mountains and everything. You know? What do y'all think about that? Is there anybody in here that didn't buy No Man's Sky that are now going to buy it? It'll probably sell more on Xbox than it did on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, true 4K.
Now the Xbox can say, thanks for the beta test, ponies. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's too late. I think he sold us some snake oil. And now we actually got a full bottle of Coke and nobody wants to buy it. You know, so, oh well. At least it's out on PC and Xbox, so you might pick up some sales. I don't think a lot of PlayStation people are going to buy it, though. Now, if you bought the original No Man's Sky, do you get this update for free? Is it an update? Is it a sequel? Is it DLC? Do you get it for free? Or do you have to buy that? Because it would suck if you bought it when it came out on PlayStation and you had to pay for it.
No,
so it's free. It's free.
It's a free downloadable content.
And if you buy the game on Xbox, you get the whole shebang, right? Obviously. I talked about the streaming Xbox. If you guys wouldn't be late and show up on time on Fridays, you'd hear all this stuff. I'm always on time. So I'm hearing a lot of good things about the Mega Man 11 set. Now, I don't know, like, I have an old Mega Man collection for my OG Xbox. I'm actually thinking about getting this Mega Man collection because I need a Mega Man that I can play on my PC. Mega Man, not Mega Man 11, Mega Man X Legacy Collection. That's what I'm talking about. Now, Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. So I guess there's two of them. I'm so confused. So there's a Mega Man X Legacy Collection, and then there's a second one. And these are all the Mega Man X games. Because there's a bunch of them, I guess. I also want to rekindle my childhood and replay Mega Man 1 and 2. But I don't know how I get those games on current gen consoles, so I have to look for that. Mega Man Legacy Collection. Oh, Mega Man Legacy Collection. There it is. So now there's a regular Mega Man Legacy Collection. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Mega Man Legacy Collection. That's what I need to get. And it doesn't look like they have it. Did they not have it for fucking PC? I got to get it on a fucking console? Oh, Jesus. Maybe I'll get it on 3DS. Since I'm working these long shifts. I powered up my 3DS a couple weeks ago and realized I don't want to play fucking Animal Crossing anymore. It's too much of a fucking chore. Mega Man is brutal, my friend. But me and my cousin beat that game without a cheat guide, without the internet, without game facts. We figured it out. We figured out that if you had Cutman scissors, that you would be good against Woodman. And so on and so forth. We figured all that out. And that was awesome. And I was laughing at Tony because he used the boss guide, so it shows you which character you need to defeat what's boss. I'm like, dude, that takes away the whole point of playing the game. It's the discovery of trying to figure out what weapons work with what boss best. And having to go all the way back and do another whole level to get the right tools. So yeah, I need to get this first before I get the Mega Man X's. I do want the Mega Man X's though, because I had, for my Sega Saturn, I had Mega Man X8, I think it was. Yeah, I thought the game was just incredible. So I need to get Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. So I can get that Mega Man X8. That shit was dope. Mega Man will bust your ass. You won't make it 3 games, man. you got to understand, Seraphin. I already beat Mega Man 1 and 2 before you were born. So I know what I'm getting into. But I can handle it. I can handle it. This is the one thing I like about Next Generation is these little collections here. Because, let's be honest, nobody, like, I got a Sega Saturn here. You think I feel like plugging in my Sega Saturn with its old fucking video up to my widescreen TV, getting adapters and shit? I don't want to do that. I want all those games to be remade on today's consoles digitally so I could just fucking download the shit and play it anytime I want. Like, I got the Ghouls and Ghosts collection. You know, I got all those, who's the fucking, what's that company? Treasure. I got all those Treasure games on Sega Saturn. You know? And the thing is, I'm cool with emulators, but I actually like to support the companies. You know, if a company goes out of their way to do something that I want, take my money. I want to support them so they keep doing that stuff. Only things that I emulate are old school arcade games that I can't get anywhere else. Those are the only things I emulate. Like, if I want to play Tempest with vector graphics, I got to emulate it. Because I can't get that anywhere else. You know? But has anybody here ever played Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Genesis? How would you play Virtual Cop? I can't. Can't play it at all. I don't even have a screen that works with the damn light gun. I'm done. I'm Virtual Copped out. When I had Sega Saturn and I had a tube TV, I beat that game at least 30 or 40 times. Virtual Cop 2, that third game they came up with. I would go to the I swear I'm the dude that invented putting $1 in the machine and using both guns, like a John Woo movie. Because at the time Virtual Cop came out, I just got hip to John Woo movies. You know, when Chow Yun-Fat was rocking with 2 guns. So when we saw Virtual Cop at the arcade, I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm like, wait a minute. If I actually put $1 in here instead of 50 cents, I can use 2 guns. And people saw me doing that shit in the arcade, and everybody else started doing it. It was dope. 2 fucking guns in the arcade, man. I was getting busy. And then when it came out for the home console, you had to go out and buy an extra gun so you could play 2 guns at home. Finally beat God of War 3 after 9 years. Isn't that game dope? Isn't it the dopest in the series? Who was your favorite fight? Mine was Hades. Hades was definitely the best fight. Love that game. Execution, the pacing, it was perfect. The perfect God of War game. Oh, so I'm glad you beat it. Wasn't it fun beating that game? Not gaming related, but where do you see Netflix in the next 5 years? I see it where it's at. They'll probably stop sending out DVDs. They'll probably have more 4K content. And I can't even see Netflix coming out with their own device because Netflix is on everything. So Netflix will be where it's at, except there'll be more content, more 4K movies. You know, it'll probably be up to $15 a month in the next 5 years. Yeah, Gunblade New York. I think I got that on my Wii too. I played those at the arcade too with those big guns. Dope shit. What else?
Are they ever going to make a Ridge Racer?
I think I think they're done with Ridge Racer. See me, people laugh at Ridge Racer because of the stupid Kaz Hirai Ridge Racer thing. Ridge Racer used to be one of my favorite racing games. When that came out for the PlayStation, I couldn't believe it. I was like, look at this game. It's fucking incredible. It's just like the arcade. It's 3D and shit. And I was that guy that every time I played, I tried to beat my last time. And I go up a little and a little bit more, and I got to a point where I couldn't beat my time anymore. So I had to give up. Renee says, haven't had time to play that game 9 years ago because of work and kids. We were just having a conversation about this in our little private chat on Twitter. And I was telling Rikus, we were talking about how our lives change and we don't have the time to play games like we used to because we have jobs, we have kids, we have women, and we have other responsibilities that get in the way of the game time, so we don't get to play as much as we used to. And the one thing that was brought up is just like, you have to make time. And I'm like, it's hard to make time when you have other creative activities that you're doing. Case in point, I'm doing the Warzone for at least an hour every week, sometimes 2 hours. That 1 to 2 hours could be used playing games, but I got to do the Warzone. And then I got to do the fix, and then I got to upload the audio. There's always a certain amount of time put in the Warzone, and then there's my fishing stuff. I have so much content on my hard drive right now that I still have to upload from iCast and from all these fishing trips we took. So that takes time. Like, for instance, Sunday, I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock, and I'm going to fish probably until 7 o'clock at night. That's the whole Sunday. I'm going to come home, and I'm going to want to relax and watch some TV and chill. There's no time for gaming. So as you get older and you get more responsibilities and you actually get more creative things that you like to do that aren't gaming, other hobbies, other things, maybe photography, maybe you're a musician, that stuff cuts into your gaming time. So I can't play Mega Man for 8 hours like I did before. I can't put the cartridge in and beat it in one day like I did when I was a kid with no responsibilities.
It's impossible. The attention span is gone too.
Yeah.
As you get older.
And your ass hurts too from sitting down too long.
Yep.
Sorry.
The older you get, the gaming becomes more reality.
And I was talking to Rikusen about that. I'm like, Rikusen, it's coming. And he didn't agree with me. I said, Rikusen, you're creating a comic book. That's another creative activity. Your gaming is going to start dwindling away. So even Ramu Def doesn't play as much as he plays. He doesn't platinum games anymore. It's just a part of the cycle, people. Sari said, you interested in that sci-fi survival horror named Routine Tour? I think it's dead by now. I've never even heard of that, Saris. What system is it on? Jamal says, are you fishing with drones? No, I don't fish with drones. I kind of like the concept of it, but it's not something I'm willing to do. Because I fish off a boat, so I can get to the fish no matter where they're at. What else?
How the fuck do you fish with drones?
You tie a line to the drone. You have the drone take it all the way out, like maybe 200 yards, and drop the line. So you're accessing fish that you couldn't normally access by hand casting.
But how do you know if you get a bite or not?
You feel it on your rod. You can feel the sensitivity. You can feel when a fish bites. Especially a salt. Look, when a saltwater fish takes your line, it's bending your rod. They don't mess
Okay.
around.
Okay, but your drone?
Your drone just drops the line in the water for you. It flies the end of the line out with the lure on it and drop. Here, I'll show you because I saw one at iCast. Hold on a second. iCast fishing drone. Hold on. I got a whole video. It's called... Here it is. It's called the Ripton. It's a stupid name.
Our company is Ripton, and we produce the fishing drone. And this is our first product at this moment.
Everybody watch that.
And this drone is special for the angler who like beach fishing and surf fishing. And this product is focused on the beach fishing, which means you can catch the bigger fish. Some people drop the baits manually and by hands, but it's very short distance. But with this machine, you can drop more further and probably up to 1 kilometers.
Pretty sick, huh?
Yeah.
The pilot is bringing that plane in for a landing now. This JetBlue Flight 292.
Fuck, I'm getting a drone tomorrow.
On board, coming in now on final approach to LAX, and we will watch this all unfold live here. What is hoped for, the best possible scenario, is that the thing straightens out and it just lands normally on the runway. Or it could end up with the nose skidding down that
JetBlue's got a landing gear failure.
LAX. But there is so much equipment there, Michelle. They've got the cavalry out there, it seems like. They've got it covered from the air, from the ground.
I got to watch this. Hold on.
And we should also note there are buses ready to transport.
Renee, unlike what people say, God of War Ascension is dope. Too bad I couldn't finish it because my disc won't load anymore. And I was on the very last level. And I did get stuck at the end. If you do get stuck at the end, you just got to do an update. But even after I did the update and made it to the last part, I went to play after like a year or two, and my damn it won't load.
This Airbus A320 JetBlue coming in now with 146 people on board. That's 140 passengers and 6 crew members.
Yes, I'm definitely MGTOW.
Pilot and a co-pilot.
That shit was dope. Oh, I'm watching this landing.
And it's coming in low and presumably slow now. It's probably crossing the 405 and approaching Sepulveda Boulevard and ultimately the airport. That's runway 25 left. That was the 405 freeway right there. We're getting close.
Oh, boy.
25 left, as Mark pointed out, the longest runway at LAX, the one they want to use for emergency landings if they can. And here it comes in now, this JetBlue Flight 292.
Oh, this is scary.
With
Please
that front
land.
nose gear pointed sideways.
Fucked up.
Oh.
Hey, did you guys hear about the Samsung Nintendo joint phone?
No, tell me about it.
Samsung Galaxy X, some shit like that, and they're releasing Samsung Galaxy F, which is their foldable phone. But there's rumors that Nintendo and Samsung are going to do a partnership with release the Samsung Galaxy X as a Nintendo phone, something like a 3DS.
And then it'll fail, and Samsung will go make their own console.
I don't know, man. I don't give a shit anymore anyway.
Oh. Oh. The plane landed. Holy shit.
Of all possible scenarios, it did not collapse.
The plane's landing gear was turned 90 degrees, and they had to land with the wheels facing the opposite direction. And burned up the wheels, but the plane landed just fine. Holy shit. Oh! This is an old video, but I'd never seen it before.
It appears that this has all come to a very safe conclusion. We can guess
that's
now
great.
that the emergency equipment is heading in that direction. Bill Thomas in Air 7, what are you seeing?
Yeah, so on Twitter a long time ago, I mentioned that there is a known bug in the game where you get stuck on a certain part, and the only way to fix it, I think, was either updating the game deleting your cache, or there was some. It's out there because everybody had the issue, and you have to update the game to get past that part, and then my disc just won't work. There's a lot of people out there that I also saw that they tried to play Ascension, and their discs won't work anymore. I don't know what the fuck Sony did. It really pissed me off because it's one of the few games that I could have fucking finished this year, and I can't play because the disc won't load. And it's not like the disc is scratched or anything. It's something with the game. So I don't know. I might try. I might go back to it again. I might. I think I did everything. I think I deleted all the install files and everything and reloaded it, and it still wouldn't work. It could be that my save file is corrupt, but it's not. You don't even get to the point where you load your save file. It's just trying to open up the game, and it fails. So I'm really pissed off about that because I wanted to finish that game. Because I was actually enjoying Ascension. I liked it. So I wanted to finish it. So anyway, that's that. What else, people? What else? Anything else you all want to talk about here on the show tonight? I love you all. You know, I love you all. There's a couple announcements coming up within the coming weeks. I'm already planning episode 400. It's going to be epic. If you can get on live for episode 400, you want to be on live. Trust me. Santa Claus is coming. That's all I'm going to say about that, among other things. So you definitely want to be on the show. And, hey, Man Shark, how you doing? And I think that's about it, people, for tonight.
If you could bring on Jagon, that would be epic.
Dude, I'm actually going to try to get Jagon on episode 400. If I have to fly to fucking Saudi Arabia and knock on his door, I will.
Yeah. Jagon, Hip Hop Gamer.
Yep. Don't spoil it for everybody. Mega Jack.
Bird.
Shut it out. These are secrets. These are surprises that I'm planning.
Sorry,
I'm gonna have Mega Jack on. Anyway, this is Torrance shouting out from the War Zone. I'm on GZ Cam right now. # hit me up. Peace out.